All right, starting another project, guys. I have some toe lengths that are adjustable for the Crazy Cayman. This is my track 2006 987.1 Cayman, and I've done pretty much a full suspension refresh recently. Haven't done these yet, so before I take it to the alignment shop, I want to go ahead and get these installed so it can all get set up at the same time. These were donated to me, not by this company, but just by a friend that had these laying around that didn't need them. So in case you're interested, it's AK-192, I guess. So I think the front and the rear are the same on this car. Let me know in the comments if that is accurate, but these are gonna go on the rear. This is a simple job. We're gonna be able to do it with very minimal tools. I just had an 18 and a 19 millimeter wrench. You are gonna need a ball joint separator and whatever size socket fits on your ball joint separator. An impact gun with an 18 millimeter is super convenient. I recommend it. Oh, and of course, a torque wrench. First thing I'm gonna do is remove the wheel and jack this car up so we can get access. All right, now you can see that this right here is the piece that we are going to be replacing. Mine is freshly marked from being retorqued when I put in this beautiful Renline coilover. So now I'm gonna be removing it again to replace it. Now there is one major reason that people replace these because they are already adjustable. But the way that you adjust them is with this eccentric bolt back here. So what happens is you turn the head of this bolt and that little oval shaped washer is attached to it, and it pushes it to the left and the right based on how you turn it. And if you come over here on the back side, see on the back side is a nut that also has the same kind of shaped washer on it. But you only want to remove the nut because the nut will come off freely. The head bolt here is attached to the washer on this side and it will just spin and cause lots of problems for you. But as I was saying, the reason people want to replace these is because this can become loose sometimes, and then it will just fall into whatever alignment it feels like falling into, and then your toe will be wrong. So the point of the other ones is that this point is fixed, this point is fixed, and then the middle has a bar that you rotate and you lock it down on these two sides to keep it into place. Supposedly that's better. So the big flaw that I found with this brand is right here. Can you tell? This is just gonna go in there, and it came with no other hardware. So you're gonna have to use the same bolt with the same concentric washer. That does not give you the benefit of the main reason people replace these. But you can see how they work. These nuts at the ends, once they are not tightened, you can rotate this and you can see it extends and makes it longer. You rotate it this way and the bar gets shorter. So that part still works, but so I'm not going to be recommending this particular brand, but since we already started this project, I'm going to finish and show you how to install it. Now, I did see that the Renline version of this actually comes with hardware that has a lockout bolt on it that locks this part in place so it doesn't come loose and be able to rotate. It does not allow the adjustability here. So once these are installed, it's going to be adjustable here as well as here because you have to reuse the same hardware. Okay, let's get to it. We got our impact gun with an 18 millimeter because this nut up here is an 18 millimeter. So we're just gonna give it a quick zap. And just like that, he's coming off. I don't wanna take him all the way off because I do need to use a ball joint separator, and I'm gonna push on the top of the nut instead of the threads so you don't damage them. All right, if you've never used one of these before, this is a ball joint separator. It slides in under this rubber boot, so you do have to kind of be careful that you don't damage it, but you do have to wedge it in far enough so that the top comes in contact here, and then when you tighten this, you can see this arm applies pressure downward, and when you really get it tight, it will pop open because there's a cone shape in here causing a lot of pressure, so you got to pop it out. And it will make a big loud noise the first time you've done it and scare the crap out of you. All right, mine happens to be a 24 millimeter, so I'm just going to start cranking here. And don't worry, it won't hurt you. It'll just scare you. Starting to get harder. Yep, still scares me every time. All right, now we're gonna pop that nut off all the way. And if that happens and it starts spinning, that's because this threaded rod has it's called a ball joint because there's a ball down there and it just spins. So there is a tool you insert from the top to hold that in place while you loosen the nut. So there's a torque spit T40. So add this to the list of tools you're gonna need. So you just put your wrench on there, you stick this right through here. And you, oops, loosen. Don't tighten, loosen. All right. Now, that is loose. Now we just have to remove this. So this end is a 19, so you're gonna hold it in place with a 19 millimeter wrench, and you're gonna loosen the nut, which is an 18 millimeter. All right, so what you're gonna wanna do before you remove this is find one of those marks and mark through onto the arm over here so that you'll be able to put it back in the same orientation, just so that it's close enough to be able to drive to your alignment shop. All right, so if it's really tough, just get a long bar with the 18 millimeter. There we go. And just get it started. And then you'll see that this head will start spinning, so then you have to hold it to counter it with a 19. Right, eventually it's loose enough you can take it off by hand. And this nut behind it will slide off. I'll show you that in a second. And then you can pull this one straight forward. If it makes contact with this, rotate it so it's out of the way. And this one is clearing it. Now if it doesn't clear it, if you pull this all the way forward, it won't clear it. So if you just hit the arm and knock it back, it'll clear and you'll be able to remove that. And the old arm, just work it out. All right, there we go, removed. So now that this is out, let me show you why you don't want to just undo it from this side. There is a groove in here, and that groove puts that here, and then you have a nut on the other side. So if you try to undo it from here, you are twisting both of these, and there's a good chance you're going to damage the groove or this nut on that side, and you don't want to do that. So take the nut off. And now when we reinstall these, unfortunately, we're going to have to put this back into the same spot because this kit, like I said, does not come with something to replace this. Okay, our next step is we want to make these the same length so that we start at a known fairly decent position. So you can look straight down here and line these up. Actually, I just thought of this. I could stick a bolt in there, make it even easier. And now I'm just going to twist this arm to adjust it until they are the same length by looking down at these threads here. All right, so once you have it the same length, you're just going to lock these in place so it doesn't spin on you when you're installing it. Okay, those are locked down enough that they won't accidentally spin. All right, now we're just gonna take this back up here. We're gonna squeeze these so they fit back in. Oh, so we're gonna have to take our new nut off of this. All right, and then we'll just work him back in here. And I can get this bolt started. All right, and then he should line up here nicely, which he does. And if he doesn't line up, that's because this whole thing can shift and move back and forth without this in it. So you want to get him lined up. Oh, so you can see how I was saying this is kind of conical, like a cone. So let me give him a little shove forward. He's good for now. Get that started so he doesn't fall out. And then we're gonna take our 19 millimeter and our 18 millimeter. And because of this, we have to go in and line our mark back up. So you can see how when you turn it this way, it is pulling this back in a little. So that's how the stock alignment works. Now I just have to, oops, all right, put our plate and nut back on over here. We feel around. All right, the groove is over here. Just get our nut. Now the new nut on this thing is a 19 millimeter. So you tighten it, you can see it's drawing the cone up into there. He is tight. We'll come back and torque all these now. All right, 56 foot-pounds for this nut up here. All right. And after everything I torque, I always put a little witness mark on there so that I know for sure that I remembered it. And what I also like to do is get both sides assembled to this state first. So I already assembled the other side. So now I'm gonna go over there and torque this one down at the same time. So I'll torque both sides at the same time. Makes it easier to remember the torque values and also to make sure you've remembered to torque everything. All right, got our 18 millimeter on here. We're going to 74 foot-pounds for this one. And holding the bolt head in place with our 19 millimeter. All right. And then, of course, I'm gonna remark that. All right, he has been torqued, and then go do the other side. All right, now we gotta lock the nuts down. So the outer part of the bar is 24 millimeter. So I can grab it with that one, but this one is bigger than 24. And I don't have a wrench bigger than 24. So gotta go with an adjustable one. So we gotta lock in and tighten that down in the rear. All right, lowered the car, wheels back on, torque to spec, and we are done. Please give the video a thumbs up. If you guys own a Porsche and you are not subscribed to this channel, you're really missing out. I am closing in on 1,000 videos, most of them Porsche related. So please subscribe, hit that little bell down there if you want to be notified when videos come out, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.